We can't fully take care of other people's gardens because we don't know what they need, what they want. I'm gonna give you an example of what I mean. If I'm a cactus, and then maybe a romantic partner or somebody in my family or anyone that you interact with often, they might be a flower, right? So this is just to highlight the differences. So if I'm a cactus, then that means I love sunshine all year round. I just want a thimbleful of water. I hate the shade, right? I like sand and rocks, right? But if other people in my life are maybe flowers or trees, then they're gonna like something else. If they're a flower, they're gonna like soil rich in nutrients. They like 4 seasons. Maybe they don't even like direct sunlight. They like being in the shade sometimes. They love winter, they love summer, right? They're gonna have all these different things that help them be the best version of themselves. Now, if I, as a cactus, go to my friend and be like, hey, you know what? I love sunshine. Let me take away this shade for you. And oh, you don't have nearly enough rocks and sands. I love rocks and sand. Let me change your ground for you, right? And I start doing what I love to them, or advising them or telling them to do those things. Then what happens, right? They start to wither. The other thing is, even if I'm a cactus and I don't need that much water, I'm still out of my garden and in theirs. And so I'm gonna also start to wither. Now, in love songs, in movies, we're taught that the best relationships are when you take care of somebody and they take care of you. However, what happens is this person's melting, or like way too much sun, getting sunburnt, parched, right? Not doing well. And this person's also completely not doing well. So you're both kind of bringing each other down, actually. We can't really take care of other people's gardens. It's just not, it's not possible. It's not how humans were made. It's really, really important that you take care of your garden first before you try and help other people. Is when you're in other people's gardens, is it prevents them from being able to learn how to take care of themselves, or even take care of themselves, right? It's too many cooks in the kitchen. You're getting in the way when they need to do something. So I want to talk about then, okay, how can we best help people? If going into their garden is actually detrimental for them, how can we actually support them when they need us? You need to make sure that you're okay, because if you're not okay, then you're going to give bad advice. You're going to give bad support. You're going to bring that other person down. When we have the best intentions, I know everyone's trying to really help other people, but it is not helpful. I really want to get that across because it's so hard to keep the boundary of not going into other people's gardens. Okay, so first, make sure your garden's okay. Did you get enough water? Is your heart feeling okay? Is your soul feeling okay? Are you okay? This is so underestimated how powerful this is. And yet I've seen 1,000 times over how even witnessing people who are in the lowest point of their life and have lost everything, and you just sit beside them and you see their pain and you feel it with them, that can be absolutely life-changing. Oftentimes, that's all people need. Another way you can support them is by maybe sharing things that have worked for you, but not pressuring them to do it. You can just suggest it. This worked for me, or I heard that this worked for somebody else. Maybe it will work for you. I don't know. You need to decide, and there's no pressure. Sometimes people are suffering so much that they're paralyzed. So you can certainly support them. If they decide that they want to do something, you can support them in following through with that decision. Because people need to learn to and take responsibility for taking care of their own garden. Every time we do something for somebody else that they could do themselves, we're really disempowering them. We're taking away the opportunity for them to have strength. Confidence isn't about saying, oh, you're so wonderful and you did this and this and this. Confidence is created by going through something difficult and overcoming it. So if we take away, this is for parents as well, if you always take away opportunities of struggle for your children, they have no way to create confidence, right? As much as it's so difficult to see our loved ones struggling, struggle can be really, really an empowering experience for people. And so you can suggest something, you can be, but you do not do for them what they can do for themselves, okay? If they ask, and again, I would only do this if they ask. If they ask for advice, then you can give your advice. As a therapist, again, we're taught don't give advice because that's very disempowering. What advice does is if you give good advice and they do it and it works, then you kind of get all the credit. They don't super get it, so it's disempowering that way. The other negative thing about advice is if you give it and it doesn't work, then you get all the blame. In this world, we love advice from other people, and people like to get ideas from their loved ones to help them kind of get perspective or give them ideas that they never maybe would have thought about how to solve a problem. So if you give advice, certainly be very clear that you are not at all going to judge them if they follow it or not. And that's just your perspective because you're a cactus and they're a flower and you're not really sure how that might be relevant for them, okay? It does not mean ensuring that they follow your advice, like saying, okay, you need to get 8 hours sleep, you need to do this food. Are you doing it? Calling them every day, right? That is actually disempowering as much as they might want you to do that. And that's the tricky thing, okay? Again, it's not doing stuff for them that they could do for themselves. We want to empower people. We need people to learn and take responsibility for taking care of their gardens. And that will create a lot more healthy individuals, giving them that freedom to do what they need to do and work in different ways that maybe you don't understand because you're not a flower. Before you can help other people, you need to do it yourself. Right? We cannot give bananas unless we have bananas. So take some time to really figure out what feeds your plant. What plant are you? What do you need? I need sunshine. I really do. It's one of the main things that helps me to decide which deployments I'll accept or where I'm going to spend my holidays. I also need to meditate every day. I'm just like that. I also need 7 to 9 hours sleep. I wish I didn't need so much sleep, but that's just what I need, right? So it's just understanding who you are and then giving that to yourself so that you're really setting yourself up for success and you're setting yourself up to be the best partner, the best friend, the best son or daughter that you can be, the best parent, right? It's so, so important that you take care of your garden and you learn how to do this. Many of my visualizations, if not all of them, are all geared towards helping you to take care of your garden. So feel free to check out any of those other videos on my visualizations. Let me know what feeds your soul. And if you like this video, you can like and subscribe down below, and I'll talk to you soon.